Ricosta Capital began working with Pharos Marine Automatic Power in 2023. Pharos required additional working capital facilities to fulfill a strong order book, but this was proving difficult. Ricosta Capital provided extensive executive support to Pharos, acting as a hub to implement the proposed funding solution.
So guys, we've just completed on a £7 million debt raise for a business that manufactures into the oil and gas sector and interestingly supplies non-OECD countries, which I think created the opportunity about a couple of years ago. And we've really contributed significantly to the funding of this business since then. But Ian, perhaps you could explain the sort of origins of why we employed the Ricosta USPs.
Yes, thank you, Andy. We came across this company, as you say, in 2023. At the time, from a working capital perspective, it was on its knees because its existing funder didn't understand the intricacies of the working capital sort of requirements. As you say, predominantly non-OECD in the Middle East, where there's a little appetite from UK invoice finance providers to fund Middle Eastern debt. We came up with a selective invoice finance provider, where initially a 1.5 million facility, now at 4 million, where they had appetite to fund the Middle Eastern debtors, which has generated the profits that the company is now generating, which is sort of more than double turnover. I think as well that our expertise in Ricosta's USP is our experience in dealing with companies that trade internationally, actually sort of being able to drill down into their specific requirements and tailor solutions to this. I think as well that gives us the ability to represent the business when we're talking to lenders, when we're doing the lender liaison piece, and actually sort of being able to challenge the lenders and actually sort of put forward a sort of case to actually make sure we've got the best blender facilities available.
I think that's a really important point here, isn't it, Ian? Is that in the journey that we've been on with the client, one of the things we've had to do is both lead the lenders and the client in certain directions and explain why that's a good idea. I think the lenders have responded well, and I think as we see the journey unfolding, it's been great to see how the client has benefited from that. And actually, the kind of latest finance raise is not the end of the journey. I think it will keep on going. In terms of where we go next, Ian, obviously we're working on a kind of new round of working capital. Maybe you just want to talk briefly about that.
Yes, Rich, thank you. So what we've identified as we move forward is that obviously receivables finance is fine, but you have to have fundable debtors to be able to oil the wheel of the working capital cycle. Often, if there's debtors which aren't credit insurable, that's not the case. So it's key to have a sort of end-to-end working capital sort of funding cycle, and to do that we also use trade finance at the front end. So we're looking at the moment to put in place a revolving credit facility at the front end of the trade cycle, which will fund sort of payments to suppliers, with the receivables finance at the rear end. Combining the two should give the business more than sufficient working capital to fulfill its requirements.
I think you've really earned the trust of this client through getting in, building that relationship, getting a deep understanding of what they do and how they do it. And through your know-how, you provided great solutions at these key milestone points. So great solution for them and for us. So well done, chaps.